And we are back. Some more NBA playoff plays. We got an NBA Saturday 4-game slate. Last two nights, Thursday and Friday, we had some epic games. CJ McCollum game winner, LeBron James. Oh man, insane. Let's see if the Magic and the Pistons can follow that up. It's gonna be a really defensive series, right? So you can count on a lot of defense going on the entire series. Game 3 should be no different. I think the Orlando Magic will take this game. Uh, this is their first game at home, and I love game 3s and 4s because teams need to really adjust and figure out what they got going on. I don't really know what the Detroit Pistons really can go into this game doing any differently than last game. The big thing that the Pistons capitalized off of was that big third quarter, and the Magic. It really wasn't so much of a big third quarter as it was the Magic just couldn't get anything going in the third quarter between turnovers. They barely even got shots off at that particular time. So it was one of those kind of fluke things. And even the fourth quarter looked like what the game should look like. And I think the Magic outscored the Pistons in the fourth, but it's two teams that aren't really known for their, well, especially the Magic aren't known for their offense. So they're not, it's unlikely that they was going to erase that 20-point deficit. So I say the Magic win that game. I think interesting play to think about. I think Cade Cunningham rebounds a little bit more this game. I think I'll take him for about 8 boards. And you could actually combine that because I think Paolo going to rack up some assists tonight. So I will go Paolo. Paolo is a 8-8 target with Cade Cunningham being an 8 rebound target. Do with that information what you will. I know what I'm going to do with it, play it, but not too much on it. With that being said, Paolo definitely, I can see him being a lot more aggressive offensively. That's why I can see him, making defense collapse a little bit more, diming a lot more, and yeah. So I think the Magic win that game, and let's move on to the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Phoenix Suns. I think the Oklahoma City Thunder goes up 3-0. Yes, Jalen Williams is out now, and I believe Isaiah Joe is still doubtful. Uh, I just don't know what the Phoenix Suns can do with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yeah, you have those fluke games where, like, hey, the worst team in the world beats the best team. That's possible, right? The Phoenix Suns are at home. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest, I don't see the Oklahoma City Thunder losing the game this series. Maybe go for a Devin Booker 30 points. Jalen Green, I don't see him going off too crazy in throughout the rest of this series. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, this series is kind of like a wash. Maybe look out for some more Shea assists, more Shea rebounds since Jalen Williams isn't playing. But that series is kind of a wash. Maybe some high scoring. I feel like you're kind of pushing it at that point. The big game tonight, the big game. We got the last 2 games are the big games of the night. You got the New York Knicks versus the Atlanta Hawks. First game in Atlanta. And the New York Knicks going in there 1-1. I mean, that's not a good look. It's not a good, not 1-1. The New York Knicks are down 1-2. Sorry, they're down. They got 1 win. The Atlanta Hawks have 2. That's not the place that they want to be, right? That's not the place that you want to be. Going into Atlanta, Atlanta. Well, this is Atlanta's second home game. CJ McCollum, oh man, he frying the Knicks, man. He didn't get 30 last game, and I think he probably done with getting 30 points this series. But he better be done with getting 30 points this series if the Knicks are worth anything. You shouldn't let him get 30 points again this series. But god dang, like the Knicks are in a tough spot, so they have to come out gunning. The key to this game will be, get Cat the ball more, man. Get Cat's confidence going. Yeah, he had 25 last game, but you need a Cat 30 points. You need Cat to be aggressive from start to finish. Jalen Brunson's gonna be Jalen Brunson, but they kind of obviously, the ball's going to Jalen Brunson. They get a lot more aggressive with Jalen Brunson as a result, especially late in the games. You see they're doubling them a lot more. Jalen Brunson should have shot that shot over those 2 defenders, right? But you shouldn't even be in that situation because everybody shouldn't just be looking like Cat. Cat was looking to set a screen for JB. He didn't even realize that he had an open role and could have broke the play, mess around, easy layup, and that would have been the game. But I think they're too Jalen Brunson centered. I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks go down 3-1 because remember what I said before. The Knicks got to blow the Hawks out. If the Knicks don't blow the Hawks out and it's a close game, I'm taking Atlanta every single time. Every single time. And the Knicks are a good comeback team, and I feel like they play a lot better when they are trailing. But this is the kind of Hawks team. You got to put them down. Put them down. Don't let them get any smidget, if that's the word. Don't let them get any iota of confidence, right? No confidence allowed. But the Knicks keep giving them confidence, and look what's happening. I trust them more closing than I do the New York Knicks. So that's going to be a big game. I think the props to really look out for. This is a Josh Hart. This is a Dyson Daniels series where you can come up big if you can predict the right game. Josh Hart, he is on triple double watch, but just Josh Hart dimes is always a go, especially if his line is at least 4.5. It's probably going to get 5 to 6 easy. Dyson Daniels, that's another 8-8 candidate every single night. So look out for a Dyson Daniels 8-8. Potential triple double too. He's on triple double watch. Jalen Johnson is on the same plane like that, right? We don't really have point guards in the series, so your wings tend to take more of the playmaking role and getting the assists more. So look out for that. Don't be surprised if Dyson Daniels walks away with a triple double tonight. And then to wrap up the night, we got the defenseless Denver Nuggets versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Listen, Jaden McDaniels and the Nuggets' response to Jaden McDaniels, atrocious, man. Jaden McDaniels, he's looking. If you watching Vince, we looking like Thrag right now. Ain't no way. Like, it's no way Aaron Gordon's response, and he's questionable tonight. But there's no way Aaron Gordon's response to that is, "Oh, we don't care." No, you gotta have some pride. And the Nuggets have been bad defensively for a while. Everybody talks about Luka's bad defense. I know I'm a Luka fan, but Jokic is atrocious. And the Minnesota Timberwolves, they just keep attacking and don't bail the Nuggets out by shooting. You just keep attacking, have a lot of motion in your offense, keep going north to south. There's really nothing Denver can do with the Timberwolves, but that's if they have that mentality going in. So that game is always up in the air because those two teams are like here and here. It just really depends on who has the better game plan, who has the better strategy. Obviously, we're not in those coaching rooms. We can't tell you what the coaching strategies will be, but judging by how last game went, the Timberwolves should go up 3-1 in this game, especially at home too, bring the intensity that they brought last time. Unless the Nuggets, if I'm Denver, everything goes through Jokic. Everything on offense, Jokic got to go and get 50 tonight. Jokic got to get 50, or you need one of those games, not with Jamal Murray gets 50, one of those games where Jamal Murray gets like a 30-point triple double to go along with Jokic's 40 or 50, So that game, I would say, if I had to make a prediction, I would say Minnesota. I'd probably say stay away from that because that game is kind of more up in the air than the other games that we got going on. So just to wrap it up, you got the Orlando Magic. I think the Orlando Magic takes game 3. I think the Phoenix Suns, I think they lose again in the Oklahoma City Thunder. They take game 3 as well. So they go 3-0. And then I think if I had to pick one, I really don't know about the Knicks and Hawks, but if I had to pick, I'm gonna say Hawks 3-1 because I just don't trust the Knicks to blow the Hawks out, which they need to do. That's like a criteria for winning, against this Hawks team. And it's actually not that difficult for the Knicks to do. They just lost their edge, man. No Tibbs, no edge. And lastly, the Denver Nuggets. I see them coming out with a little more aggression. So if I had to pick, that's tough. I would say the Wolves